First at 4, she was accused of lying to police about Larry Nasr's sexual misconduct case. Why a judge says this former MSU president will not go to trial. Democrats propose sending new payments to millions of Americans, and we're getting the Republican response this afternoon. Hey there, Ben.
Karen, our temperature's still going up as we get through the rest of the week, but so are our storm chances. Why we are monitoring severe threats for tomorrow. Right now, first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. We begin with a surprising development in the Larry Nasr scandal. Charges against ex-Michigan State President Lou Anna Simon have been dropped. She was charged with lying to police about her knowledge of a sexual misconduct complaint against Nasr in a 2018 interview with investigators. Prosecutors say Simon knew Nasr had been accused of molesting a patient at a campus clinic back in 2014. She maintains she knew of a complaint against a sports doctor, but didn't have a name or specific details. Today, an Eaton County judge dismissed the case, saying the prosecution didn't provide enough evidence Simon knew the connection. Now to new developments in the coronavirus crisis. You may have just heard from Governor Whitmer. One big item, the state has announced 31,000 employees will take temporary layoff days through July. Meantime, Eastern Michigan University becomes the latest school to announce its planning for in-person classes this fall. Michigan has now recorded more than 4,700 deaths. The state added 370 new cases of the virus in the past 24 hours, but the rate of positive results continues to drop. It's now under 8%. Detroit's mayor is focusing on testing. Starting tomorrow, any city resident 60 or older will be able to get a free COVID test at the state fairgrounds without a prescription or symptoms.
84% of the Detroiters who have died this month were age 60 or over. And so everybody's infectious, children included, but as far as the way it's attacking our bodies, the attack on the breathing, the clotting, so much more we're learning is much more fatal to those who are over the age of 60. And so we are ramping up the fairgrounds testing once again.
Now back to the governor. Once again, she is calling for unity, asking Michiganders to stay the course to keep others safe. She's facing legal action on a few fronts to speed things up, but resisting so far. Let's get to Kimberly Gill in the newsroom. So any surprises today, Kim?
Karen, good afternoon. No surprises. It's pretty clear the governor feels that slow and steady will definitely win the race against the coronavirus. Right now, she says we're in phase 3 of a 6-phase plan for businesses waiting to open. She outlined what it takes to get to phase 4. Listen.
The factors that will determine our progression into phase 4 will be whether cases and deaths decline more sharply, percent of daily positive cases continuing to decrease, healthcare system capacity continues to strengthen, and robust testing, contact tracing, and containment protocols are in place.
Well, for some, patience is running out. The governor is facing another protest tomorrow in Lansing. State police are urging anyone who shows up to wear a mask and practice social distancing. We'll have more from the governor coming up on the news at 5. Until then, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
A bipartisan committee in Lansing took up Governor Whitmer's nursing home order today, questioning whether it's safe for seniors. The order calls for seniors who test positive for coronavirus to be brought to 21 designated nursing home hubs. The state is paying those nursing homes $5,000 per patient. Some lawmakers are concerned about putting COVID patients in the same facilities with patients who don't have the virus. They say that was what TCF Centerfield Hospital was for.
So to not outfit those facilities to handle the very population that they said would need it seems ridiculous to me. And then we dump another $5,000 per bed for the hubs. So we're just doling money out left and right and not looking at how to put things together to protect people, to preserve life in nursing homes with the seniors.
The data that we do have says this is absolutely the worst thing that we should be doing. So I'm beyond frustrated. I'm extraordinarily concerned. This is what's keeping me up at night.
Today, the state's top medical executive said they continue to share updated guidance and best practices with those hubs. There are more than 3,000 cases in 464 nursing facilities. That's about 6% of the total cases here in Michigan. They are two drugs that have been in the spotlight in the battle against COVID-19. Dr. Frank McGeorge has been following the research on both very closely. He's here this afternoon with an update on what the latest studies are showing.
In the past few days, there have been 2 studies published on the use of hydroxychloroquine. The first study was published in the New England Journal of Medicine, and it looked at over 1,400 consecutive patients, and it compared the rate of requiring a ventilator or dying between patients who either received hydroxychloroquine with those who did not, and they did not find any benefit to hydroxychloroquine. The second study, published in JAMA, also looked at over 1,400 randomly selected COVID-19 patients and compared death rates for patients who received hydroxychloroquine alone or in combination with azithromycin to patients who did not receive either drug. Similar to the other study, hydroxychloroquine alone or in combination with azithromycin did not show any improvement in the risk of death. Now, it's important to note both of these studies were observational, but they are adding to the increasing body of data that hydroxychloroquine does not appear to offer any benefit in reducing the risk of death. There's also an update on the distribution of remdesivir to patients in the state of Michigan. On Saturday, the state received 1,600 vials of the drug from the U.S. supply. That's about enough for 145 critically ill patients. As such, the state is now prioritizing distribution to communities that have the highest death rates and number of patients with COVID-19 that are on ventilators. Back to you.
House Democrats are pitching a new $3 trillion coronavirus relief package, but will Republicans go along with the idea? The plan would offer $1 trillion for states, cities, and tribal governments to avoid layoffs. Also, it offers another $1,200 direct payment to individuals with a $6,000 max per household. And it would extend that $600 boost in unemployment through January. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says his party is in no hurry to act because there are other priorities.
This coronavirus may have shoved its way to the top of that list, but the list is still a long one indeed.
When the Republicans say, oh, we need a pause, well, are they going to pause the hunger, the evictions? Are they going to pause the out-of-work anger and pain that people are feeling?
The House could vote Friday. McConnell says the Senate will wait until after Memorial Day to consider the bill, so this is far from a done deal. Okay, let's turn to the first forecast. Major warm-up headed our way, but that will also bring some turbulence in our way as well. Let's bring in Ben Bailey, working from his home office this afternoon. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Karen. Yeah, unfortunately, as those temperatures climb, our storm chances do as well. And in fact, the severe threat for tomorrow looks markedly higher than what we were looking at just this time yesterday. So here's the severe risk. The highest possibility is going to be south of 94. It's that yellow area, the slight risk. That's category 2. North of there, it's a marginal risk in the green shade. But we're really focused on the second half of tomorrow. There will be 2 rounds of showers and storms, but the first round that comes through in the morning is going to be generally rain. And then once we get into the second half, it's those storms that could be bringing strong stuff. Damaging winds and flooding will be the biggest threats. Noon to midnight will be the window we're watching, and the strongest storms will be in the south zone. But it depends on who gets the sunshine and who doesn't before those storms pop. And we'll take a look at that coming up in just a few minutes. Karen?
All right, now to a story that is definitely going to warm your heart. You're going to meet a little boy who is taking his very first steps thanks to the robotics team at Avondale Middle School. When the COVID-19 lockdown threatened the project, 2 people stepped up for a big finish. Paula Tutman explains.
You know, when I first saw this video, you know what? I thought it was just a kid driving around in one of those motorized kiddie cars.
Run over, Mommy.
When your kid is named Axel, you just know he's going to be wild behind the wheel of a vehicle. And that's the beauty of this. A 2.5-year-old, given very little chance to do much at all, is now doing this.
Axel was born with Dandy Walker, which is a rare brain malformation that caused a lot of things to form incorrectly. They really couldn't even tell us if he would be able to breathe or swallow on his own.
Axel needed help, and so his therapist at the Avondale School District put 2 and 2 together and came up with an idea for Axel.
I came upon this Go Baby Go project through a Facebook group that I'm a part of. And as soon as I saw it just like the light bulb went off in my head. Like, we've got to get a car for Axel.
But the car needed some retrofitting. Enter the Avondale Middle School robotics team.
Allison Nasr is the coach, and almost immediately she said yes.
But this isn't just Axel riding around in a custom rod.
It's been modified for him specifically, where he can actually go and have the mobility that he doesn't have right now.
Push the green button. This becomes a stopgap for him until he ages and grows into something bigger.
He can have independent mobility. He can choose where he goes, and he can get there without having to rely on somebody to carry him or somebody to push him in a stroller. This is kind of a stopgap, a play-based way to give them that early mobility until we might have something available to them. This will still have helped him learn how to move, when to start to turn. He's learning so much in playing in this car.
He didn't really have any way to get around outside and, play and look around at other kids and be able to move around and enjoy everything outside that everyone else is able to take for granted.
Just his personality has emerged, and he is full of just fire.
You may see a kid driving a motorized kiddie car, but this is actually Axel driving hope and progress.
He is just knocking it out of the park. And to see him be able to do these things, yes, to flourish is just amazing.
He totally knows what the button does. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Axel's therapist says his new mobility actually kicks his progress into high gear and opens up new possibilities for learning. So big nod to the middle schoolers who pulled that off. Still ahead, heartbreak at a high school swimming pool leading to criminal charges in Detroit. We get a first look at the teacher charged, and we'll tell you what happened in court. Also, another warning to the airlines about your refunds, but could this be a case of be careful for what you wish for? And Oprah wants you to take good care of yourself during these stressful times. She's reaching out to fans, and you might get a chance to talk to her.